All right, guys. So we start off with Ezra and Kanan, who are aboard a Carillion corvette en route to a rendezvous point with a transport that is not responding to hails. As they pull out of hyperspace, Ezra and Kanan find that the transport has been attacked. Ezra and Kanan stumble upon an injured pilot who reveals that they were attacked by a red blade. Kanan and Ezra run back to warn Hera and the Ghost crew of the incoming threat when she appears in a message with Maul, who forces Kanan and Ezra to bring him the Sith Holocron. He also asks Kanan to bring him the Jedi Holocron as well. Meanwhile, back on the Ghost, Maul takes Hera to Kanan's quarters, where he extracts information, just as we saw with Kylo. He gets Kanan's real name as Caleb Dune. He also learns that it was Hera who brought Ezra to the team. He also learns that Ezra stole the Jedi Holocron, where Kanan kept it in the drawer next to his bed. So our heroes are off to get the Holocron from the Bendu, but the Bendu has a bit of a test for our master and apprentice. And in order to retrieve the Holocron, they must venture into the spider caves. Kanan forces Ezra to go without his saber to teach him how to survive without it. As Ezra ventures into the spider caves alone to retrieve the Sith Holocron, it doesn't take long before Ezra is in trouble and Kanan has to come to the rescue. Kanan uses his force ability of calmness to keep the spiders at bay. Master and apprentice retrieve the Holocron, and the Bendu declares that Master and apprentice have regained the balance in their relationship. Once Kanan and Ezra arrive with the Sith Holocron, Maul does what Maul does. He shoves Kanan out into space. However, Kanan manages to pull himself back into the landing dock before freezing in the cold of space. Meanwhile, Maul and Ezra are in the midst of combining the holocrons. Maul states, as a clear nod to A New Hope, that he is searching for hope, while Ezra states that he is searching for a way to destroy the Sith. Then, of course, once the holocrons are combined, at first neither can see nothing. However, Maul uses his dark forces to push for more, saying, "Go deeper." Kanan enters the room after he rescues the rest of the crew from the TV box droids. Kanan removes his mask as the combined holocrons cast a blinding light. But this light allows Kanan to see shadows, outlines of Ezra and Maul. Then the holocrons burst apart, stunning everyone. Maul is just strong enough to scramble to his feet, get to his ship, and escape, yelling, "He lives, he lives." Alright guys, so these are my final thoughts on the episode. I thought this was a great follow-up episode to the season premiere. The obvious highlight of this episode was the nod to A New Hope and Tatooine with the mentioning of the two sons. Even bigger than that was Maul stating that he saw him. He runs away and then he says he lives. So with Maul stating that he saw him and he's running away saying he lives, there's only a couple of conclusions that you can come to with that statement and him running away with that type of enthusiasm. So the first thought that I'm sure that came to everyone's mind is, okay, he knows that Obi-Wan is alive and he's most definitely going to look after and get after Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we're going to see that. And that most definitely is the first school of thought. However, there's a couple of things that we have to think about here. Number one, there's a possibility that we're going to get a standalone Obi-Wan film. And you don't want to take too much content away from that film. So if there is a Maul versus Obi-Wan confrontation, I don't think we're going to necessarily see it here in Rebels. But I think Rebels could be setting us up for that duel that we could see in a live action Obi-Wan standalone film. So we'll have to wait and see what they do. I think it might be more likely, and I would like to see this scenario, it would be more likely that Maul would meet up with Vader at the conclusion of this season, and we would see that duel, but Maul would survive only to live and meet his fate with Obi-Wan Kenobi in the live action film. So I don't know, guys. You tell me what you think. I'd like to know what you guys think in regards to what Maul is referring to as who he saw and who lives. Maybe you think it's a different character. Maybe you think he's talking about Vader and he knows that Anakin is Darth Vader. I don't know. We'll have to see. They left it a little open for us. And then, of course, do you think that the mentioning of the two sons is a throwback or a nod to A New Hope and Tatooine? What do you think they saw when those two holocrons came together? I'd really like to hear your thoughts. So, guys, please post those comments down in the comments below. And I greatly appreciate you guys watching this recap and review. And may the Force be with you always.